third stream for today. Yes, and we're playing a different game. Today we're playing Steins Gate. Now I've heard a lot of things about this, but not too much. As you can hear in the background, it's going. On mute. We'll mute it for a minute. So just to let you know, I've never played this game before, so it's going to be a new experience for me. So anybody who's joining. I heard there's an anime for. Actually, I think I saw it on Crunchyroll. So it must have been good if it got its own anime. So I'm really excited to see how it is. I've never watched the anime, so I don't want to. I didn't want to ruin it for me because I'm not sure if it like follows it all the way. So it should be interesting to see it for the first time and to play it for the first time. Anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and try it out, and hopefully it gives me the itch I've been trying to scratch for a little. I actually did like the Somnium Files, and I really look forward to playing that again. But I wanted to try all the other games I bought as well. Um, but we're gonna go in order, so just for future reference, we'll be going in order and not playing like the second of series of the game or whatnot because I don't want to kind of ruin the story for me, just in case it continues on. So let's go ahead and get started. And it looks like the intro's already started right now. I'll go ahead and I wanted to. I don't want it to get me a copyright strike or anything like that. I don't know if that music is published or not. All right. I don't know what this game is about.
全ては偶然だ。だがその偶然はあらかじめ決められていた世界の意志でもあった。宇宙に始まりは
Universe has been
終わりはない。
but it has no end.
無限。星にもまた始まりは
Stars too have a beginning,
自らの力を持って
but are by their own power destroyed.
有限。英知を持つ者こそ
History teaches that
愚かである。
those who hold wisdom
歴史からも
are often the most foolish.
海に生ける魚は
Fish in the
陸の
sea,
姿を知らない。彼らが英知を持てば
they too hold wisdom. They too will be destroyed.
人間が光
It
の
is more ridiculous for man to exceed light
魚たちが陸で生活を始めるよりも
fish to live
これは
this
抗える者たちに対する
also be called
神からの最後
God's final warning. Looks a little fucked up. Wonder if it's because of the sound of it. Hopefully it doesn't look. I'll have another. Like you should. Oh, okay, it looks good. No, I'm not gonna even narrate it. I'm just gonna read through it. Like, hey, what are you mumbling about? Because it kind of throws me off whenever I'm like reading and there's actually Japanese. I wonder if you can actually. No sound from the phone against my right ear. Silent. Baking in the summer sun. Sweat slowly and into ashfall. Okay. Girl is standing in front of me. Calls my name with an inquisitive tilt of her head. We're about to infiltrate deep into enemy territory, despite the imminent risk of death. No hint of tension on innocent child. Cover my phone's mouthpiece and turn to the girl with an index finger. Talking to someone? So tempted to just fun. I nod and I put my phone back to my ear. Still no sound from the other side. My contact is wise to maintain silence. The whole area could be bugged. No, I was just talking to someone. Everything's fine. I'm about to infiltrate the assembly hall. Still no reply. Looks like they just want my report. It's too dangerous to waste time talking here anyway. Yeah, Dr. Nakabachi got the jump on us, but I'll make sure he tells us everything. Nani? The organization's already on the move. I open my eyes wide to match my shocked tone. The girl turns towards me in surprise. I sigh, shaking my head as I rub my temples. I see. So that's the choice of Steins Gate. El Sai Congru? What the fuck? I speak the parting words and pocket my cell phone. Steins Gate. Some know it as fate, to others it is the will of God. You could count on one hand the people in this world aware of its true nature. In any case, we should begin the infiltration. Advance towards Radicon, which is just across the street from the train station. Of course, this is enemy territory. I can't just stride through the front door like an average person. I bypass the escalators, and head to the 8th floor by the stairwell. You know, it's kind of weird. They got like, I always wanted to see one of those in person. I bet Japanese people love gacha. They love gambling, but I understand. Not all of them, I'm sure. But it's pretty popular over there. But I only make it to the 7th floor before I have to stop and rest. Who was that on the phone? The girl, Shinamo Yuri, immediately resumes her conversation. She followed me all the way here, and she isn't even short of breath. I, on the other hand, am gasping for air with my hands on my knees. Who would have thought an 8-story building would be so tall? I turn to Mayuri while wiping the sweat off my brow. If I told you, I'd have to kill you. Oh wow, thanks, Akarin. Mayuri smiles happily and doesn't pry any further. As always, she is quick to understand my position. We've known each other since we were both little. Mayuri is 16, 2 years younger than me. She's more like a little sister than a typical childhood friend. I've been looking out for her as long as I can remember. I used to hope that Mayuri might become the key to Steins Gate, but now I've reconsidered. I don't want the terrible fate for her. She should live a normal life. That is my present wish. We continue to the 8th floor and enter the assembly hall. In front of us stands a cheap-looking stage with a podium and a sign reading Dr. Nakabachi's Time Machine Press Conference. Okurin! Mayuri insists on calling me Okurin, but neither my real name nor my code name. It's just one of those annoying nicknames people use. How many times do I have to tell you? Don't call me Okurin. But I always called you that. That was then. I've since become Hyoin Kyoma, the insane mad scientist hunted by secret organizations the world over. But that's too hard to remember. In any case, Hyoin Kyoma is my true name. Besides, it doesn't even sound like Okabe Rintaro. You're weird. Cease your foolish laughter. Okabe Rintaro may be my real name, but I have rejected it, for it is stupid. And so I also hate the derivative, Okurin. Come on, it sounds like the Elf Boys blue pipe thing. So, Okurin, can I ask you something? In one ear and out the other. He's been calling me that for 5 years now, so maybe it's time to give up. What are we doing here? Wait, you followed me here without knowing why? Yep. She nods without dropping her smile. We're here for Dr. Nakabachi's press conference. We're standing in the assembly hall on the 8th floor of Radicon. It is here that the conference will be held. Dr. Nakabachi is an inventor. He appears on TV from time to time and has a few patents under his belt. but mostly he's treated as a curiosity.
記者会見
Press conference? But where are the reporters?
記者さん
Mayuri's right.
当たらない気がするよ
I've scanned the entire hall, but there's no one who looked like a reputable reporter or cameraman. I don't even see anybody. There are only about 10 of us standing in the hall, including me. Considering Nakabachi's moderate media presence and the fact that he claims to have invented a time machine, I would have expected more.
あるいは機関
Could this be the organization working its twisted influence? I twist my lips into a sneer. I thought that Nakabachi was like me, a scientist fighting to overthrow the organization. But this press conference suggests other motives at work. Our enemies won't miss this chance.
巻き込まれるのは勘
I'd prefer not to get wrapped up in his mess. Nevertheless, I'm interested in what he has to say. That's why I'm here, blowing an afternoon of my precious summer holiday. Mayuri ponders my utterance for a while before finally turning her head. You wrapped something. Is it his birthday too? I let out a sigh.
取り巻きトカゲだね
Mayuri is known to not only make bad jokes, but to laugh at them too. She's always been... Joe!
前より気をつけろ
Keep your guard up, Mayuri.
おそらく
I suspect this won't be a normal
何らかの
conference.
事件が起き
I didn't even finish my sentence. Are we under attack? Are they trying to fry our brains with electromagnetic waves? The fuck is going on? I am confused. Hope everything comes together. Dust falls from the ceiling as the floor shakes. We're definitely under attack. It's coming from above, but we're on the top floor. All that's above is the roof.
地震か
An earthquake? Is it magnitude 2? What does magnitude mean again?
震度とマグニチュード
No time to deal with Mayuri's confusion. Something's not right about this. I bolt out of the conference hall and run up the stairs to the roof, ignoring the no trespassing signs in my way. The door is open. Upon closer inspection, I realize that the lock has been broken. I open the door and see a billowing cloud of black smoke. There's some kind of phosphorescent dust sparkling in the air.
爆発
An explosion? I can't believe it. Was there really an explosion? My heart is racing. Damn, I don't know what to do. Did I run away? But why an explosion? Terrorists? No, that doesn't fit. I mean, how do you explain that? What the? A strange machine is sitting in the middle of the roof. It's huge, maybe 3 meters tall, and looks kind of like a satellite. Did that thing cause the shaking just now? Who put it here? Was it Dr. Nakabachi? Is this part of his presentation? Impossible. Even if that were the case, how the hell would he get it up here? My head's bursting with questions. As I search for the courage to approach the machine, a throng of reporters and building staff bursts onto the rooftop. They look just as confused as I am.
近寄らないでください
Please stay back, everyone! And then a woman who I assume is a staff member, appears to wave us back.
記者会見は予定通り
The press conference will proceed as scheduled. Is she trying to hide something? Her response was unusually quick, almost like she's trying to keep me away from that device. I've got a nose for conspiracies, and this stinks of a cover-up. What are they hiding? What was that explosion? I want to know, but I shouldn't risk getting any closer. I turn and leave, but not because I'm scared or anything like that. Staff members lead all of us back to the 8th floor. Mayuri is nowhere to be seen. She's not in the event hall either. I found her on the 7th floor. Several capsule toy machines are lined up next to a plate reading "Birthplace of the Japanese PC." She's gazing upon them with a wistful look. I breathe a sigh of relief and take out my phone.
俺だ
It's me. I got a bad feeling about this. Something's happening. I have no idea what it is.
ああ分かってる
Yeah, I know. Don't worry. I won't do anything to jeopardize the mission. El Sai Kanguru. After I speak the words and hang up, I am able to wipe the sweat from my forehead. My sweat is cold. Half of me hopes something will happen. The other half fears the same thing. I put away my phone and look back at Mayuri. She's still staring at those capsule toys. She doesn't seem to be worried about the explosion at all. I can't decide if she's level-headed or just airheaded.
マユリ、何を
What are
し
you
てる
doing? Hmm?
あのね、
Well, I really want an
欲しいな
Oopa.
って。
Just as I thought. She really isn't here. Mayuri points to a capsule machine. The sign on the front says, Raynet Kakeru, 3D doll series. Raynet Kakeru is a popular anime series with its own card game spin-off, Raynet Access Battlers. They even hold international tournaments. Upa is the series' mascot character. It resembles an elliptical egg with limbs sticking out, like some kind of deformed dog. It's what they call an ugly, cute character. High school girls from these creatures find these creatures adorable for some reason. Last year, an ugly frog creature was the rage. Its name escapes me though.
やればいい。
Then go for it. I can't guarantee you'll get an Opa though.
保証できないがな。
Mayuri gives me a troubled smile.
でもね、
But Mayushi's all out of 100 yen coins.
いるのです。
Mayushi is what Mayuri calls herself sometimes. According to her, it's supposed to have a star at the end. Mayushi! But who really cares?
だから、
So, can I borrow 100 yen, please?
100円
She holds her hands out with a look of a begging like a begging puppy. Looks like she was planning this from the very beginning. Well, at least she didn't say gimme.
黙ったれるな、マユリ。
Do you think it's that easy, Mayuri? You get no money from me. Instead, I'll show you just how harsh life really is. I pull out a 100 yen coin, set it in the machine slot, and spin the lever. Ah, ah! I open the capsule and take out the contents. Mayuri leans forward eagerly to see what I got. It's an Oopa! It's metal! A metal Oopa!
それは
Is it rare?
すごく
Super rare! While I examine the metal Oopa, a boy who is watching us tries his luck on the same Rainet machine.
あ
Aw, a normal Oopa. He looks at my metal Oopa in resentment. I turn to see Mayuri's sparkling eyes also fixed on the Oopa. Hey, high school girl, you're acting like a little kid. I'll give this creature of metal to you, Mayuri. Honestly, I don't want it. Really? Are you sure, Corinne?
おー、今日
The name's Hoyen Kyoba! Thank you, Akarin. Thank you. You doing it on purpose? Sounds like it. Thank you all for coming to Dr. Nakabachi's Time Machine press conference. I hear the announcement from the floor above.
どうやら始まるようだな。
Sounds like they're starting. Excuse me again. I head to the stairs. But Mayuri doesn't follow.
行くぞ、マユ
Let's
リ。
go, Mayuri. Just a sec. I gotta write my name.
なくちゃ。
Very preoccupied with the metal Oopa, I go on ahead.
それでは
Without further ado, I am pleased to introduce the inventor, Dr. Nakabachi. Please welcome him with a big round of applause.
お迎えください。
Dr. Nakabachi enters with sparse applause. He walks up to the podium. He's already wearing a frown. For some reason, I can feel his irritation from here.
ドクター中鉢だ。
I'm Dr. Nakabachi, and thank you all for coming. Nakabachi takes a microphone and begins to speak, his voice brimming with confidence.
それでは
Now then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to begin with my theory of time travel, the greatest scientific breakthrough of the century.
タイムマシン
Did he really build a time
誰が
machine?
作ったの
Mayuri appears after writing her name on the Metalupa. She's a bit late, in more ways than one. What'd she think a time machine representation would be about? I take another look around the room. There are about 20 people now, including us. There's but still no media presence to speak of. So this is the extent of Dr. Nakabachi's fame. No one believes that he invented a time machine. I was interested in what he had to say, true, but my expectations were no higher than the rest of the onlookers. And a good thing they weren't. As he proceeds to explain his time machine design, my curiosity quickly turns to disappointment, then anger. Doctor! My roar silences Nakabachi and draws the eye of every person in the room. Do you take us for fools?
なんだね
Who the hell are you? Who the hell am I? Someone who knows you for fraud, that's who. You stole your theory from John Titor, and you call yourself an inventor. Someone throw this man out. You're the one who should we should throw out, Doctor. Have you no shame? Have you no right to call yourself? You have no right to call yourself an inventor.
さい黙れ
Shut your mouth, you little pest. Just then, someone grabs my arm from behind. Quite convinced it's an official here to throw me out, I turn around to glare him down. Unhand me, you! Huh? A girl about my age. Her intense stare seems to challenge me. I take a step back. Her face looks somehow familiar. Where have I seen her before?
Oh.
We haven't met, but I know her face. It's Makise Kurisu. Sorry. A few days ago, my friend Daru showed me a magazine article titled Girl Genius Gives Lectures in Akihabara. The article was about a 17-year-old girl who had just graduated from an American university. Her thesis was even published in a major scientific journal. Girl Genius, Akisa Kurisu. I recognize the stubborn-looking girl from her photograph. She's even wearing the exact same scowl. What business could a genius have with me? Takes a quick look around the room, then turns back to me with a stern expression.
ちょっと来てく
Could
だ
you
さい
come with me for a moment? What's with that attitude? She's obviously not staff, and there's no way that Makisu Kurisu would be working with someone like Dr. Nakabachi. Which means, no.
貴様
You're with the organization?
か
Huh? If their tendrils have gotten this far, then I made a grave mistake.
ふざけてないで
Stop fooling around and come with me.
Eh?
My outbursts are already attracted too much attention. Nakabachi in particular looks like he wants to rip my head off. It must be mortifying to be exposed as a fraud by a bright young man like myself. Oh, God. Anyway, I mustn't draw any more attention to myself. If the organization gets wind of my presence here, it can endanger Mayuri, to say nothing of these ignorant civilians. I let Makise Kuriso lead me out of the assembly hall.
ここで俺に何か
For anything, and people are sure to notice. What will your superiors say then?
何かって何ですか
What are you talking
人
about?
柄の悪い
He glares at me, quite fiercely at that. Oh, yeah. Not impressed. Attractive though she may be, there is no innocence in her eyes. A beautiful agent, unmatched in cruelty. I think my main character has a problem. I think he's extremely paranoid. My heart beats in exhilaration from the danger. Looks like chaos really does get my blood pumping.
私はあなたに
I just need to ask you something.
それに答える義理
What
は
makes you
ない
think I'll answer? I know how the organization operates.
だから聞か
What's with this organization stuff? Instead of answering, I take out my phone and put it on my ear.
俺だ
It's me. I've been caught by an organization agent. Yes, it's Mikasa Say Kuriso.
あの
She's a dangerous one. No, it's fine. I'll find a way to. Kuriso suddenly snatches the phone from my hand. What skill? I didn't even have time to react.
何をする
What are you doing?
あれ
Huh? Your phone's off.
誰と話していたん
Who were
で
you
すか
talking to? Her eyes pierce deep and quickly look. She's good. She's trying to attack my sense of identity in order to cause a mental break. Recover. This isn't enough to sway me.
貴様に答える義理はない
Your techniques don't work on me, but I'll tell you anyway. That's no ordinary phone. It's designed to deactivate the moment it leaves my hand. There's something wrong with him. I'm starting to get that he's a fucking psycho. Such measures are necessary to maintain secrecy. I know things that can get me killed. I quickly retrieved my phone and wiped the cold sweat off my forehead. Whew, that was close.
そう独り言だ
So
った
you
の
talk to yourself. Ugh. This is bad. Ordinary methods don't work on Mikasa Kurise, the genius girl. On the contrary, she's the one psyching me out. Damn. Looks like I have to make a tactical retreat. I can just find an opening. Suddenly, Carissa steps up to me with a serious expression. She stares right at me, her huge eyes blazing with the strength of will. Such fire. I can't look away. Could someone with such pure eyes really be an organization agent?
さっき
What were you
私
trying
に
to tell
何を
me
言おうと
earlier?
したんですか
Earlier?
さっきとはいつ
What are you talking about?
ほんの15分
About
くらい
15 minutes ago, before the
会
conference
見が
started.
始まる前に
Nonsense. This is the first time we've met. I was with Mayuri in that Upa toy 15 minutes ago.
私に
You were trying to tell me something, right? You looked really upset.
すごく
Is this a trap? It does seem like one of the organization's dirty tricks. But would this girl do something that underhanded?
まるで
You look like you were going to start crying any second.
それにどうして
Why? Have we met before?
前にあなたと会ったことありま
She
した
seems sincere. That makes her even more suspicious. That's right. Don't let her beauty fool you. She's a cold, calculated secret agent. If I show the slightest vulnerability, I'm done for.
そういえば
And how do you know my
なんで
name?
私の名前
俺は全てお見通
My
し
knowledge has no limits. I'm a mad scientist after all.
天才少女
Genius girl, our next meeting shall be as enemies.
は
Huh?
さらばだ
Farewell! I spin around and take off down the stairs, ignoring her call to stop, like I'd listened to the enemy. Damn the organization. They must be serious if they're sending in agents like her. I run all the way down to the fourth floor and check behind me. Once I'm convinced Akise Kurisa is not tailing me, I sigh while rubbing my temples.
だが
But I can't let them capture me
捕ま
yet.
るわけにもいかん
Well then, what do I do now? My mission was to attend the conference and evaluate Dr. Nakabachi's research. Now that I know he's a fraud, there's no real point in going back. I guess I'll just go home. But wait, aren't I forgetting something important? Let's see now, what is it?
ち
Damn, I left
まるで
Marguerite
置いてき
behind.
た
I knew she'd be a liability. I shouldn't have brought her along. I was trying to prioritize her safety, but got careless. I'll try calling her first, if she's alright. Then I can just have her meet me here. With that thought on mind, I take out my phone, I turn it on. And it rings just as I do.
メール
Huh? An email? Excuse me. Not just a regular email. There's a video attached. And it's from an unknown address. I open the video file with some trepidation. Nothing but noise. Is this a prank? Some sort of Makisa Kurisa style attack? Maybe the noise is from some sort of make people go crazy frequency. No, wait. I don't remember her giving my mail address, so I'm probably just thinking too. I curse myself for being gullible enough to play the video. I have more pressing matters to deal with anyway. I stopped the video and called Mayuri's phone from my address book. Damn it, Mayuri. Why won't you pick up? Looks like I'll have to go back to the assembly hall. But things will get messy if I bump heads with Makisa Kurise again. Kurisu. Sorry. Wait, don't tell me. Did that femme fatale kidnap Mayuri? Damn you. Is that how the organization operates? He's fucking psycho. Leaving without Mayuri isn't an option. Call me overprotective, but she's like a little sister to me. There's a very real danger that she might wander off somewhere the moment I let her out of my sight. Mayuri has always been like that. I never know if she'll be there when I turn to look. In a sense, that's why I became Hyoin Kyoma. I have to go back for her. I thought of climbing back up to the 8th floor. The thought of climbing back up to the 8th floor is depressing, but I have no choice. When I get back to the assembly hall, Dr. Nakabachi's conference is just finished. Nobody's on the stage and the phony inventor already left. 20 or so members of the audience are starting to pack up. I soon find Mayuri. She's in the corner, looking lost. Well, at least she wasn't kidnapped. Even better, I don't see Makise Kuriso anywhere. Looks like I scared her off. So be it. I let her go this time. Still, I keep my eyes peeled as I run up to Mayuri. Mayuri, why didn't you pick up? We're leaving. Okari, my metal Upa ran away. Turns to me with a forlorn expression. Ran away? What, it's alive? That's a little hard to believe. I think I dropped it. I see, so she was looking for it. Not like it really matters. Forget about it. You can always get another one. No way! Muda Upas sell upward of 10,000 yen online, you know. Wait, what? That's why it was worth that much? Think Mayuri, where did you drop it? I don't know, that's why I'm looking. And even if we find it, you can't sell it, okay? That's 10,000 yen. Will fund my research. I said you can't sell it, even if it has Masushi's name on it. Ayushi's name on it. Thus begins our search for the metal Upa. Upa, 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 come out, wherever you are. Mayuri tries calling its name. I don't know if she truly expects to. By the way, Tuturu. Tuturu! is Mayuri's catchphrase. So not only is she special, but she goes Tuturu. I think they're trying to make fun of people in America. Oh god. It means actually, I never bothered to ask what it means. Anyway, the metal Upa is nowhere to be found. Maybe she didn't drop it in the assembly hall, but on the 7th floor landing near the capsule toy machine. Another possibility is that someone with an eye for rare items pilfered it. Just imagining the smug grin on that person's face makes me writhe in envy. What kind of man steals a helpless girl's toy? Is there nothing in his heart but the lust for money? Sounds like you, Akarin. Whoa, wasn't expecting that from Mayuri. Doo-doo-doo. What was that? Was that a scream? I think so. Only the presenter and a few other people are left in the assembly hall. Including Mayuri and me, less than half the audience remains. Everyone looks at each other anxiously, startled by the scream. Even I cannot suppress the shiver. First the explosion on the roof, now this. What's going on here? Mayuri squeezes my hands tight. Stay here, Mayuri. Take a deep breath, prepare myself, and head into the direction of the scream. The echoes lead me down a dark, empty hallway on the. Pretty sure it came from around that corner. I crouched down and turned the corner slowly, keeping my eyes and ears peeled for any. And there, at the end of the passage, there's something on the ground. Someone. Motionless. Who is it? The clothes are familiar. Can't be. What? Kisa Kuriso. Face is turned away, but I know it's her. The impertinent genius girl I just fought with 10 minutes ago. Now face down in a pool of bright red blood. Red. No. What? Why?
なんで
Suddenly I realize that I'm shaking. I want to run. Run away. I shouldn't have come. This is wrong. Someone killed Makise Kusuru. Risu. No other explanation. Better at this. Who would do such a thing? There's no one else here. I twist around in shock. Some other men have followed me, and every one of them is ghastly pale. They must have seen the body.
警察を呼べ
Call the police! The man cries out in panic. At this, everyone else starts screaming and running away. I follow them, of course. There's absolutely no reason to stay here. Concern for Makisa Kurisu has superseded my instinctive urge to flee. When I get back to the assembly hall, Mayuri is waiting for me with tears in her eyes.
オカリン
What happened,
どうした
Okarin?
の
出るぞ
We're leaving! I grab Mayuri's hand and run. I race down the stairs, trying to drive the image of Kurisu's dead body from my mind. But I can't. The redness of her blood is burned into my mind, more than the sight of the body itself. That was my first time seeing a dead body. Is this what it's like? When I realized that she was dead, I felt chilling terror and a surge of nausea. But that was all I felt. Fear and disgust. Shouldn't there be something more? I guess I just didn't know her that well. Hard panting. I finally stop once we get out to the main street. Tuodori. My chest pounds. My breathing labored from running down the stairs at full speed.
ねえね
Hey,
え何
what
があったの
happened?
顔
You
色
look
すごく
really
悪い
pale.
けど
Yuri doesn't seem to comprehend the situation. I guess it's because she didn't see the body. She's not even breathing hard. She looks slow, but she's actually pretty fast on her feet.
人が
Someone died.
死んでた
Eh? I take several deep breaths. I need to take several deep breaths too. The color of that blood still stains my brain, but I've calmed down a bit. Kisa Kuriso is dead. I don't know who the killer is. Sirens in the distance. I guess an ambulance will be here soon. Then the police will arrive, and this area will become a crime scene. But for now, the crowd's milling through Akihabara. I have no idea what has happened. Everyone's going about their business as usual. The never-ending search for electronics, mo, and porn. Ah, just another day in Akihabara. I take my phone out of my pocket, perhaps out of reflex. Not sure what I plan to do with it. Oh, I know. My friend Dara. I'll tell him what happened just now, since he knows about Makise Kurisu. So I suppose it might be disrespectful to the victim. But my adrenaline's pumping. I can't make calm decisions after witnessing something like that. Man. That's how humans are, after all. We're not as special as we'd like to believe. At the end of the day, we're nothing but dirty, slime-like flesh. What the fuck? Our souls fester like semen left to rot in the womb. That's how we humans. While wallowing in a bit of angst, I begin to type on my phone. Someone stabbed Makise Kuri. Looks bad. Hope she's okay. I don't know if she was stabbed. That just seemed like the most logical explanation. On the other hand, sorry. On the other hand, I didn't write that she was dead, even though I'm pretty sure she was. I can't exactly explain why I didn't. If I had to say, I guess I felt like writing it down would set it in stone. It might make me feel guilty as well. Thought brings a smirk to my face. It's not like I'm the one who killed her. Why should I feel guilty? I just saw someone's death up close, and only a few minutes later, I'm smiling. Am I really that cruel and cold? Well, I am a fiendish mad scientist, so it suits me. I finished typing and placed my thumb over the send button. Then, I pressed down. Sending. Oh? What's going on? What? What was that? Hey, look around.
消えた。
They're gone. Summer break. Noon. Busiest street in town. Just now, thousands of pedestrians vanished in thin air. Is this a dream? Am I hallucinating? I don't know. That's where you're wrong. For it is you who are inside. Your reality is nothing but lies and shadows. Naturally, it includes you. True reality is on this side. Don't believe me? I don't blame you. Few are those who can handle the truth. But no matter, I shall speak in simpler terms, easy enough for you to understand. This is the Future Gadget Laboratory, located in the Akihabara district of Tokyo. We call it simply the lab. Our purpose is to shatter the system and plunge the world into chaos.
そうなんだ。
Really? You shouldn't do bad
悪
things,
いことしちゃ
Ocarina.
ダメな。
Right, I'm a mad scientist, remember? From the station, head down to Churodori until you reach Sui Rocho Station. Then take a left onto Kurumaibashi Dori. The alley before the traffic light. Find the rundown Ohiyami Yama building. Lab is on the second floor. On the first floor is a store of ill repute called the Brawn Tube Workshop. Can't miss it. It deals exclusively in CRT monitors of all things. Can you imagine? Even in the heart of Akihabara Electric Town, the demand for CRTs is practically non-existent. But the proprietor of the Brawn Tube Workshop, Tonoji, is also the owner of the building. That's how he can afford to maintain his ridiculously niche a hobby shop, even as land value continues to rise. He may seem of a sort. He was no match for my charisma. Now the entire second floor is mine for the next to nothing. I digress. The Future Gadget Laboratory is currently experiencing a severe shortage of manpower. We welcome dedicated scientists from all fields to apply. At present, our researchers are...
オカリン、オカリン。
Okay. You gotta say lab mims, not researchers. Our lab mims, laboratory members, are three. I am the founder of the Future Gadget Lab. Lab mem number 001, the insane mad scientist, Hyoin Kyoma.
オカリンって呼び
Okarin
方
is cuter,
の
though.
方が可愛い。
Next, we have our resident cosplayer and only female member, Lab Mem number 002, Shina Mayuri.
てってれー。まゆし。
Call me Mayushi. I like making costumes more than wearing them. And last, we have our resident super hacker, Lab Mem number 003, Hashira Ataru. Stop calling me that. It's super hacker. Duh. Here at the Future Gadget Laboratory, we divert ourselves to the art of invention. For details, see our lab's homepage. Our top priority, of course, is to develop weapons for war with the Dark Dominion. But that research has spawned a number of offshoot inventions. In fact, that's all it spawned. Our arsenal of future gadgets is up to 8, but this is just the beginning. I have a total of 108 inventions to create. Like in that tennis manga, right? I get it. No, it's the number of earthly desires and mortals. You at Channel Junkie. I thought I told you not to interrupt me when I'm talking. Yeah, I wouldn't want to interrupt you talking to yourself. I'm not talking to myself. Can't you see? I'm talking to the person behind the monitor.
今その人、
He just
何
grinned.
って笑っ
What are you grinning about, Tamu? You don't even exist outside that monitor.
こっちみんなって言ってやれば
Just hey, don't look at me.
通じないんじゃないか
I
な。
don't think that's gonna work. It appears our attempts to communicate have failed. It's sad to see someone so deeply in denial. What the fuck? Maybe
まゆし
they think we're in the
ゲーム
game.
みたいに。
そいつには現実
I doubt it's even occurred to them.
んじゃあ、
But aren't
誰
you
かの大好きな
your 2D girlfriends the same way?
それは別
That's different. Those girls are my wives.
から
Nobody cares about your harem.
でもさ
But Mayushi touched upon a very interesting theme. You know, what if we're actually just characters in a game? Anyway, we can. Any way we can know for sure? Sorry. No.
即答かよ
Come on. Such questions are meaningless. Our time is better spent thinking of ways to destroy the system.
中二病オツ
Nice Junibyo, bro. I step back from the monitor. Displayed on the screen is the ugly, cute character of Alpaca Man. This is a game called Alpaca Man 2, where you speak to Alpaca Man via microphone and watch him rant. The game exploded in popularity when it was released 10 years ago. But personally, I find only the ugly part of the ugly cute to be true. I bought it yesterday, 500 yen used, headset included. I turned to Daro with a menacing glare. Got it, Haka. I'm no Chunibyo patient. I sweep my hair back and flash a devilish grin. I am Hoyin Kyuma. That's your character's name, right? Oh, Daru, your communication skills are beyond repair. I'll have you know I have a ton of offline meets, and I'm always the life of the party. This fat, bespectacled guy is my brother in arms and right-hand man, Ashida Itaru, nicknamed Daru. He's a hardcore otaku. You can always find him in front of the computer playing games and watching anime. Just like me! Hey! He has 2D wives. I do not have 2D wife, on whom he cheats with 3D maids. I don't agree with his preferences, but to him, anything's fine as long as it's me. He's the reliable and skilled partner who brings my ideas to fruition. Despite his insistence that software is his forte, he shows remarkable aptitude with hardware as well. Ow! The needle bit my finger! Over here, nursing a pricked finger, we have Shina Mayuri, a 16-year-old high school student. If you can believe it, I've known her since we were both small. She's also an otaku, nowhere near Daru's level. This ditzy girl is in charge of the lab's official costume division for women, and today she's working on costumes at her usual leisurely pace. Why does the Future Gadget Laboratory costumes for women? It doesn't! The truth is that Mayuri is completely useless. Still, there's no way I could ever kick her out. After all, she was the first one to join the Future Gadget Laboratory. I still remember the day Mayuri first came to the lab. It was spring, she said to me. Mayuri! Mayushi is Akarin's hostage. I belong here. Well, that certainly was cryptic. Her offer was my salvation, for she was the first to join me on my magnificent quest. She saved me from a solitary life on the run from the organization. I will never forget her kindness. Mayuri doesn't have to be useful. Her being here is enough. Aww. So, did Alpaca-mon say anything? Nope, nothing. The human face alpaca inside the monitor was completely unresponsive. So unresponsive, you'd think the game was bugged. Whatever, I give up. Never again will I play this boring game. Damn antisocial alpaca. I curse his name and smack the TV. Sometimes, I wish I was this nerdy. Sometimes. As soon as I do, the TV makes it sound like it's shorted, and then the screen goes blank. I change the channel. Nothing. Check the power cable. Nothing. Whack it again. Nothing. I guess it's broken. Damn. This crummy TV is on lease from the Brown Tube workshop downstairs. It's probably just old. You made Mr. Alpaca angry! Damn. I'll have to get it repaired later. I turn off the TV and lie down on the couch. I'm fed up with the humidity of Japanese summers. I stare at the conspicuous stain on the ceiling while fanning myself. I close my eyes, and what naturally comes to mind is the impossible scene that I saw an hour ago. They're gone. As I left Radicon, everyone vanished before my eyes. I can't explain it. And it wasn't just the people on the street. The people in the stores, gone. In the restaurants, gone. Even the cars vanished, drivers and all. And it all happened in a blink of an eye. Suddenly, an empty city spread before me. I could still hear the music from the stores. Those catchy melodies were only the sounds of life remaining. Heat was rising from the asphalt in waves, but I felt only a cold chill down my spine. I just stood there, breathless, until...
どうかした？
What's wrong? Mayuri's voice brought me back to reality. Mayuri hadn't disappeared. She was right there, looking at me with questioning eyes.
今
Everyone's disappeared just now,
消
right?
えたよな
Huh?
消えただろ今
You saw it too, right? Just now, before our very eyes. Panic took hold as the enormity of what just happened struck me. Unable to control myself, I grabbed Mayuri by her slender shoulder and shook her.
マユリも見たか
Did you see it, Mayuri? You saw it, right? Huh? Mayuri's head flopped back and forth from my shaking. I didn't see anything.
見て
You didn't?
ない
Stop shaking her and look straight into her eyes. She returned my gaze with eyes clear as glass marbles.
見ていない
You saw nothing? Nothing at all? There were people here a second ago, weren't
こ
there?
こにはたくさんの人たちが
歩いてたかな？
There were?
それに店員まで
Even the store employees are gone. That's impossible by any
いくらなん
measure.
でもあり
Of course they
仕
are.
方ないと思
Her
う。
reply didn't make any sense.
とにかくね。
It was like this when we got here. Oh, I know. You're seeing things, aren't you?
きっとこの
I'm sure it's the cause of the heat. Doo-doo-doo. How could she laugh at a time like this? I always thought she was a bit strange, but maybe her brain is actually broken. I realized that she couldn't help me. With nowhere else to turn, I look up at the bright blue sky. There wasn't a cloud in sight. The scorching summer sun shone bright through the gaps between Akiba's buildings. Naturally, my eyes drifted to the top floor of Radicon, where I had been just a moment before. There it was, an enormous machine, like some kind of satellite, embedded into the roof of the building, where, not 5 minutes before, I had found Makisa Kurisu's body in a pool of blood. Excuse me. What happened to her? Just before everyone disappeared, I could have sworn I heard an ambulance siren. Makise Kurisu might still be in that dark, narrow passageway, cold, bloody, and alone. The thought disturbed me, but the question at the forefront of my mind was,
そもそも
what the hell is that satellite doing
あ
there?
の人工衛星は
Right before Dr. Nakabachi's presentation, the building shook like a bomb had exploded. The roof door lock had been broken, and beyond it, someone had placed a satellite-like machine shrouded in smoke and glowing dust. When I first saw it, the satellite was on the rooftop. But that's not what I was seeing now. The satellite had penetrated the top floor of the building, obliterating the room where Dr. Nakabachi's press conference had held. It must have fallen out of orbit without burning up in the atmosphere somehow. I knew it was crazy, but what other explanation could there be? The real question was, when did that happen?
マユリ
Mayuri,
あの
about that
人工衛星
satellite. Yep, what a surprise, huh?
びっくりした
What do you mean?
と
What was the surprise?
ドカ
It made a huge kaplow sound! A huge kaplow? It certainly did make a sound, but I don't think it was a kaplow. I'd say it was more like a zoom.
あの人工衛
Did
星
that satellite fall out of the
落ちてきたの
sky?
か
ー来たのかな
Did it? You think any aliens were on board? Had I lost my mind? What I had seen didn't match at all with what Miyuri was saying. Suddenly, nothing seemed real. I dreamt it all?
そこの君たち
Hey, you two! Just then, a uniformed policeman ran up to us, his expression stern.
ここで何をやってるんだ
What do you think you're doing here? This area is off limits. You have to leave.
ごめんなさい。
We're sorry. First, my good man, let's call you Officer A. I have one question.
警官 A
Officer A? Thousands of people just vanished. You saw it too, didn't you?
見ていないいいから
What are you talking about? Get out of here! I was quickly losing confidence in my own memories. I decided to tell him about Makise Kuriso and get him to call an ambulance, but before I could...
さっきから何を
Look,
バカ
I don't have time for your nonsense. The policeman took me by the upper arm and said, No one got stabbed at Radicon. What? How could he say that with such certainty? While I was still trying to comprehend the situation, the policeman forcefully led us away. We were escorted up to the UPX and then released. There were people at UPX like usual. Actually, there were far more people than usual. The place was packed. Just as Officer A had said, Chuadori had been blockaded by police, so nobody could enter. There was nothing we could do, so we headed back to the lab. That brings us to the present. That's really fucking weird. Really fucking weird. I'm baffled. Did the whole hour since the beginning of Nakabachi's presentation really happen? Good night. I didn't realize you were there, buddy. You didn't even say anything. I check online for any news. The net is buzzing about the mysterious machine that crashed into Radicon. All of the major stations in Tokyo, even 2TV, are running special bulletins about it. Fortunately, it doesn't look like anyone was hurt, but Chuodori is still closed off. Akihabara Station is jammed with reporters and curious onlookers. Nobody has mentioned anything about the disappearance of thousands of people from Akiba streets, nor about Makise Kurisu's murder. It's all a mystery. A mystery?
そうか
I see.
そういう
So
ことか
that's it. From the sofa, I spring to my feet, a wide grin on my face. Daru and Mayuri turn and stare.
これも全て
This is all an elaborate cover up by the organization. Their influence has corrupted local law enforcement, which means our entire government may already be under their control.
もう
My
奴らの手
God!
ということなんということだだが
But they underestimated me, for I am not so easily played. One day I will expose their deeds and put an end to their reign. Having come to a satisfactory conclusion, I take a celebratory bottle of Dr. P, my favorite soda, from the fridge. The lab has no air conditioning. Ice cold drinks are essential. Ah, elixir intellectualis. A drink fit for a genius.
コーラの方がよくね
Cola's better.
オカリンは本当に
Okarin really loves his Dr. P.
この知的飲料の良さ
I
を
pity the man who knows not the greatness of this beverage. Step through the curtain dividing its center, and you'll enter the heart of Future Gadget Laboratory, the development room. Just as the name implies, this is the room where we develop future gadgets. Needless to say, it is strictly off limits to outsiders. Yes, I know the setup is cheap. I would much rather have an airlock than a curtain, but our research budget is already scraping the bottom of the barrel. Besides, what's important isn't money. It's ambition! I poke Dara and bid him follow me into the development room. All of the windows here are weather stripped with packing tape, so it's dim. And hot. Almost like a sauna. I've been wanting to buy an air conditioner for the lab, but there's no money for that. We're currently accepting donations. Upon entering the development room, I pick up the lab coat that's lazily draped on the chair and I put it on. I always wear a lab coat in the development room for practical reasons, as well as symbolic ones. Daru, however, refuses to wear his. Putting it on and taking it off is apparently too much trouble for him. He can't be bothered to do anything that doesn't interest him. It's men like him who give our generation a bad name. His lab coat, purchased from my own pocket money, I might add, just sits on the shelf. It's never been worn and probably never will be.
だる
Daru,
計
is the
画は
plan progressing smoothly?
え
Huh?
計画
What
ってな
plan?
んぞ
Daru gives me a blank look. I sigh and I turn his attention to the table in the middle of the room. Sitting majestically on top of the table is a commercial grade microwave oven. It's significantly larger than newer home model.
計画は計画だ
The plan, as in the plan. Obviously, I'm talking about perfecting gadget number 8.
ああその
Oh, that. How was I supposed to know what you meant?
とか言うから
そろそろお前との付き合い
We've known each other for what, 3 years now? We went to high school together, and now we're going to the same university. We share an inseparable bond like prison cellmates. He's only been a lab member for 2 months, though.
高2の時はクラス別
We were in different classes junior year, and actually we didn't talk at all. So 2 years?
2年半じゃ
細かいことはどうでも
Details. The point is, we've known each other a long time. I expect you to keep up with
ついて
me.
こられるようになってくれ
それは無理
No.
うん
Awkward silence. Man, all I wanted to do was have one of those cool cryptic conversations where we talk about plans and preparations and other important sounding stuff, but no one knows what it means except us. Shot down again.
それで
So are we any closer to figuring out what's wrong with the gadget number 8?
いやまだ
Not yet. So far, the Future Gadget Laboratory has completed a total of 8 inventions. As I explained to Alpaca Man, the lab's primary goal is to develop weapons for war against the Dark Dominion, led by the organization that rules the world from the shadow. At present, we haven't completed any inventions of that sort. On the contrary, we haven't even figured out what we should make. But along the way, we have managed to create some ingenious, future-ish gadgets as a byproduct of our research. It is a fundamental truth of science that great inventions are often created by accident. In other words, serendipity. Allow me to introduce our glorious future gadgets. Gadget number 1, the Bit Particle Gun. Gadget number 2, the Bamboo Helicam. Gadget number 3, could this be Aura? Gadget number 4, Mode Snake. Gadget number 5. Once again, I've made a worthless object by Goemon. Gadget number 6. The Sialoom Saber. Gadget number 7. Ghost in the Ball. They can all be seen on the website Dura made, so feast your eyes upon the product of a mad scientist's genius. Anyway, our current problem is feature gadget number 8. The Phone Wave, name subject to change. Phone Wave is a pretty weak name, so I've added name subject to change to the end until we can come up with something better. For the record, it was Mariri's idea, not mine. When a future gadget is completed, the 3 of us discuss what to name it. I prefer names based on mythology, or names with hidden meanings that need extra explanation to understand. Daro thinks my naming style is too ridiculous. He just doesn't have a passion for words like I do. Mariri can't be bothered to remember difficult names. She says they don't fit in her head. And so, our opinions on gadget names are always split. But I digress. The Phone Wave, name subject to change, is, in short, a remote-controlled microwave. You put food in the microwave before you leave, then on your way back, call the attached cell phone to start the heating process. Voila! Hot food ready for your arrival. So it's basically a piece of junk. A few days ago, however, we discovered that the Phone Wave, name subject to change, has a second unintended capability. Our brave, or possibly just ditzy, Mayuri made it her daily routine to heat some frozen fried chicken by remote control. Long story short, she was defrosting her beloved juicy chicken number 1, as usual, and the unexpected happened. The chicken came out more frozen than when she had put it in. The microwave refroze the chicken. Since then, Dara and I have been searching for the cause. We tried copying what Mayushi did, but we just can't reproduce the freezing phenomenon. And when we tried to freeze a banana, it turned out really weird. I just don't get it. Daro, now looking completely fed up with the heat, starts fanning himself with his shirt. I know what he means by really weird. Let's see if we can't make it happen again.
参れ
Mayuri, Mayuri, bring forth the bananas!
またゲルバナ
Are you gonna turn them into gel bananas again?
前から気になってたけど
That's been bugging me, Mayushi. Can you stop calling them gel bananas?
だってねゲル
But gel bananas are gel bananas. I take the bananas from Mayuri and stick the whole bunch into the phone wave, name subject to change.
なんでいつ
Why do you have to use the whole bunch? It's a waste of food.
ケチケチしていては
Your stinginess could cost us the battle with the organization.
勝たなくても
That's fine with me. Mayushi always buys the bananas, and now Mayushi can't eat a single one.
次からは
Next time, we'll only do one
どう
banana.
しようこ
But I already put the whole bunch in, so I ignore her hungry complaint. The phone wave, name subject to change, is simple to use. It's a microwave with a phone taped on. The number is already in my address book. I just need to call the phone wave. Where did I put my phone? I check my pants and coat pockets. Now, where did I put my phone? I check my pants and coat pockets. Now, where did I put my phone? I check my pants and coat pockets. Let's press the phone triggers button and call the cell phone. Make a call to phone wave, name subject to change. It allows to confirm the controller setting. Config of the system menu. Oh. Coat pocket. Okay, yeah, but I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Let's play into. I don't know what the phone triggers button is. I'm having a little issue here. Okay, Z is. There we go. I'm connected.
RENG こちらは電話レンジかっこ仮です
All right. This is the voice of Mayushi Guidance, system Daro program to operate the phone wave.
マユシーの声
Do you hear Mayushi's voice?
少し黙れ
Fine, I'm trying to listen.
聞こえなくなる
こちらから
You can operate the timer from this menu.
シャープボタン
After pushing this pound button, please enter the heating time in seconds.
例えば
For example, press pound 60 for 1 minute.
2分なら
For 2 minutes, press pound 120.
20
Doing the command properly will cause the phone wave, name subject to change, to function like a normal microwave. Instead, we're going to deliberately mess up and enter 120 pound. That should do it. This method was originally a simple mistake on Mayuri's part, but it somehow starts the freezing process. The phone wave, name subject to change, comes to life. Turntable begins to rotate.
綺麗なターンテーブルだろ
Nice turntable, right? It's even spinning backwards.
何逆か
Backwards? I've never noticed that.
そこに重大な意味が
That might have serious implications if we look at the quantum critical behavior driven by the Hund's rule.
あるわ
Yeah, no.
ないか
Not Hund's rule?
ないよ
No.
そ
Okay. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? The three of us wait and stare at the spinning bananas. After 120 seconds pass, microwave chimes. Mayuri takes the bananas.
ゲルバナの出来
The bananas are ready. Bananas have become not bananas. Gelatinous blobs covered with a thin membrane. After Mayuri discovers that the phone wave, name subject to change, had a freezing function, attempted to freeze a bunch of bananas. This is what happens. Just gets more confusing each time.
だるよ
Daru, you wouldn't mind eating one of these, would you? Of course you wouldn't.
た
It's for science. Your sacrifice will forever be remembered.
我らの2年達成の儀
すげえまずそうじ
They
ゃん
look really nasty. They
味は
do.
関係ない
The taste doesn't matter. What matters is that you eat it. So come on, Daru. No need to be shy. Break a leg or a stomach and go for it.
いらね
No way.
ではまゆり
Fine. Mayuri, the honor shall be yours.
なんかね
But your bananas are all gloopy, droopy, soft, and squishy. Wait, she already tried one? It had no flavor and it wasn't tasty at all.
デロデロで
Gloopy, droopy, soft, and squishy. Daru, what do you think?
ブニュブニュバナナ
Soft and squishy bananas, huh? Soft and squishy banana.
バナナまゆし
Ayushi,
あなたのバナナ
say your bananas all
ブニュブニュ
soft and
だも
squishy for
言
me.
ってみて
His nose just fucking bleeds.
ダルくん
Daru-kun, your nose is bleeding.
鼻血出てる
いいから言ってみてください
Please just say it.
あなたの
Your bananas are all soft and...
言わせるな手の
Don't make her say that, you perv! What the fuck? Daru retreats after I hit him with a tissue box. Mayuri looks at us with an innocent smile. She doesn't get it, obviously. Anyway,
ゲル状になって
they're gelatinous, a semi-solid state of matter. In other words, there's a possibility that the intermolecular bonds were weakened.
可能性がある
What could have partially liquefied the bananas?
そうか
I got it!
分かったぞ
I turn the whiteboard and write freezing in the middle. Then I cross it out and slap the board with my hand.
俺たちは
What we thought was a freezing function is actually something else. A bold statement if I do say so myself. But why isn't anyone surprised?
さあお前たち
Now's the time to shout, What did you say? Come on, don't be shy.
叫ぶがいいここは叫ぶところだ
Their reactions are pathetically weak. Mayuri probably didn't even understand half of what I said.
冷凍機能じゃない
We already knew that. Oh.
問題は
The problem is we don't know what is it doing or why it's doing it.
冷凍の逆
If it's the opposite of freezing, then couldn't it be thawing them?
実に愚鈍な
What a silly question, Marie. What you're describing is just a normal microwave.
じゃあどういうこと
Then what is it?
それがわかんないか
We
ら
don't know. That's the problem.
うん
He's right. To be honest, I haven't a clue. In any case, there's nothing we can do about it now. It's time for Daru and I to head to Daibiru. There'll be a seminar at the ATF. We have to be there. It's part of our studies at Tokyo Denki University. Summer credits, basically. We have to attend the seminar and write a report. Got mail. You know, I'm really sad about dropping my OPA. It's worse than last year when I missed buying Fatty Jiro Froggy. I feel your pain. That thing was worth a fortune. Our precious research funds. Of course. Alright. Can we put the phone away? Come to think of it, what's today's seminar about again? I looked it up before the summer holiday began. I should have written it down. Behind me is the large unidentified object that crashed into a building near Akibahara Station. The building is under police barricades. No one is allowed to approach, but from a distance the object appears to be some kind of satellite. As we cross the overpass that connects UPX and Daibiru, I look down to see it. Oh, wait. Sorry. Not the news report. As we cross the overpass that connects to UPX and Daibiru, I look down to see a huge crowd of people moving through the plaza. There are even some garishly dressed young men and women, the sort you don't usually see around Akiba. Everyone is walking towards the main street, which is still cordoned off.
ダルはラジカンに見物に行かないのか？
Zaro, aren't you gonna check out Radican?
どうせ行っても見られ
No
ないでし
point,
ょ
can't get close. I've been following the news online though. There's already 100 threads about it on At Channel. It's huge,
チャ
man.
ンスレス100超えたし
Oh, so that's why he was staring at his phone
す
earlier.
げえ
We enter Daibiru. Take the elevator to the 5th floor. ATF assembly.
あー涼しい
Man,
生き返るぜ
feel that AC. I am alive! Unlike the lab, Daibura has air conditioning. Yet another reason for our diligent participation in the seminar.
電話レンジ
About the phone wave, name subject to change, I might have found our answer. You know, that name subject to change thing is really annoying. I won't give in to that easily. If no other lab member used name subject to change, I will carry on until the day we decide its true name.
そんなことは今はどうでもいい
Now's not the time.
お得意のとんでも理論
So what's your latest ridiculous theory?
何を言うか
What do you mean ridiculous? My genius brain considers every possibility, even though those of lesser mind would say break the laws of nature. Don't you dare call that ridiculous.
神羅万象
But basically, you're just pulling stuff out of your ass. You can't call that science.
ダルよ
Better. I have a hunch that the phone wave, name subject to change, may be the key to opening Steins' gate. How's that?
そのシュタインなんとか
Steins, what? You lost me back at ridiculous, man. The chime signals our arrival on the 5th floor. The elevator doors open slowly. As we stepped out of the elevator, I bump into someone. I quickly grab the person's shoulder to keep them from falling.
すいません
I'm sorry.
No.
What? It's a girl. And I recognize her. You! You! Impossible! Chills run down my spine. I stare at her face in disbelief. I saw this girl just 3 hours ago. Akisa Caruso!
あの何
Is
か
there something wrong? Karisu frowns and tries to back away, but I don't let go of her shoulder. My grip tightens. Ow!
貴様
You!
貴様は死んだはずだ
You should be dead! Why are you here?
しかも
And you're even... There isn't a single blood stain on her clothes, and they're the same ones she was wearing when I found her. Only a serious wound could have produced that much blood. Yet, as far as I can tell, she's completely uninjured.
無傷
Not a scratch.
痛い
Hey, that hurts! Let me go! Carissa pushes me away. Then she shoots me a weary glare. I realize that I'm gaping in disbelief.
何なの
What's wrong with you?
無事だったのか
You're okay, but that's impossible. Someone stabbed you. I saw you lying in a pool of blood.
何者かに刺されて血まみれ
またその話
That again? Dara interrupts. Wait, there's something strange about what he just said.
またその話
What do you mean, again?
どういう
だって
I mean, you sent that email like a week ago, right?
え
I sent you an email?
何をバカな
Don't be ridiculous. I saw her dead just 3 hours ago.
ちょっと
Hey, could you not talk to me, man, like that? I'm perfectly fine.
そういえば
You know, that message was kind of weird. It was dated a week after I got it, which means it came from the future.
時間後になってたつまり未来から来たっつうか
未来から来た
Came from the future?
ネットで妙な光
That sounds like something you'd read on the internet. Daro, it's rare for you to talk about ridiculous theories.
違うがな
No, the date was definitely a week later. It came from the 28th. Wait, that's today.
28
Daro pulls out his phone and shows it to me.
28日だから今日じゃん
He's right. The email was sent from my phone. He received it on July 21st at 12:56. But it was sent on July 28th at 12:54. It was split into 3 mails. Someone's stab, bed Akisa K. True. Don't. Why did I send a search message in 3 parts? And it looks like the 3rd email got cut off. I do recognize the content though.
これは
This is the email I sent you 3 hours
3時
ago.
間前に誰に
But I sent 1 mail, not 3, and there should be more text. Did Daru only get this a week ago?
興味深いわね。
Interesting. Suddenly, Kurisu is standing next to me, peering intently at the screen of Daru's phone. Oh, right, the email's not important. Well, maybe it is, but not right now. The real question is, why is she still alive? Is she an illusion? No. An evil spirit? Am I haunted? I don't believe in such unscientific drivel. I am a mad scientist! I timidly reach out Kurisu's face. My fingertips stroke her hair. Feel silky, quite the cuticles.
ある
Substance. She has substance. Of course she's not a ghost. How silly of me.
オカリン
Okurin,
まずく
I
ね
don't think that's a good idea. I poke Kurisu's cheek with my fingers. Such softness. Dead bodies don't feel like this. Not that I've ever touched one.
おい、
Hey! Wait a minute. We already touched when I bumped into her coming out of the elevator. I even grabbed her shoulders before being pushed away. And I still doubted she had substance? That's just proof of how confused I am. If she's alive, then what did I see back at Radicon? What was that scream I heard? Were they hallucinations, just like that mass disappearance? That's right, she was stabbed. Maybe she's just hiding her wounds. This requires further investigation. I grabbed the hem of her blouse and slowly lifted it.
己は
Are you trying to get yourself arrested?
俺は
I just want to know the truth.
真実を知りたい
I stare straight back at Caruso as she trembles with anger and lift her blouse a little higher.
何が真実よ、この
What truth, you perv? You stupid? You want to die? He pushes my hand away.
ルイスちゃんの名台詞来たこれ
Louis Chen's famous line for the win. Daru shouts something silly, but I ignore him and press Caruso.
俺は確かに見
I
た
know what I saw.
まさかあんた
No way, did you see my underwear?
私の下着を
Caruso's face turns bright red. She firmly pulls her blouse down.
この手の目が
No, you fool, not that! Earlier this afternoon, after Dr. Nakabachi's presentation, someone killed Marquise Caruso and left her in a pool of blood. I carefully explained everything that I saw. Wait, Dr. Nakabachi?
中鉢
オカリン何
What are you talking about, Okurin? Dr. Nakabachi's presentation was canceled.
中止
Canceled?
そう
Yeah, because of the satellite crash. Something's wrong. Our stories aren't matching. It's the same thing that happened right after I saw the mass disappearance. Mayuri's story didn't match mine. Didn't match mine. I need to know. Am I caught in some sinister plot? Is this another organization conspiracy?
ねえ、ちょっとあなた
Excuse me,
我が名は
my name's Hyun Kiyoma.
だ
違うよ
Really, man? You're hopeless.
ほーいんさん
Okay, Hyun-san.
今の話
I'd like to hear your story in more detail. Looks like she's finally understands I'm not lying. But I still don't understand why my memories don't match everyone else's. I doubt I can give her a good explanation. Just then, an older man steps out of the assembly hall.
マキセさん
Maki-san, it's almost time. Ah, all right, thank you. Kuruso glances at me one more time, then sighs and heads towards the small conference room.
オカリン
We should go too.
とりあえず僕らも行こうぜ
行くとはどういう
Go where?
講義を聞きに来た
To
んだ
hear the
ろ
lecture, duh. Ah, that. Dora follows after Kuriso. She come to attend a lecture too? Strange. Why would the girl genius Makise Caruso need to attend a lecture like that? Okay, my guess was a bit off. The girl genius didn't come to attend the lecture.
えっと
I'd like to thank everyone for coming to hear me speak today.
講義をする方だ
She's the one giving the lecture. Japan's famous girl genius, Makisa Kuriso, who had her thesis published at the tender age of 17. According to Daro, she turned 18 a few days ago. I first heard about her when Daro pointed her out in a gossip magazine. That's when he told me that she was going to be a guest at the ATF. I'd forgotten all about it. It's my first time giving a lecture like this, so please forgive me if I'm a little nervous. The audience is pretty mixed. It's mostly students like us, but there are also a couple of professors. And Kurisu just gave me a sharp look. What did I do? When I returned her stare, she quickly averts her eyes. I don't care if she's a genius or whatever. I still don't like her. She may have these people fooled with her timid girl act, but I learned at Radicon how cunning and aggressive she really is. Even if her murder was some kind of hallucination, my judgment of her character is still correct. For today's lecture, I've been asked to speak on the subject of time travel. It's not really my area of expertise, but I'll try my best. Time travel? Oh! Let me start by saying that time travel is an absurd concept. Objection! What? Every member of the audience, not just Kurisu, is startled by my interruption. Perhaps I'm being slightly rude here, but I'm not one to just sit and listen to girls drivel. It's presumptuous for you to claim that time travel is absurd. Okarin, you magnificent fool. Sitting at my side, Doro throws me a small salute. ATS staff are approaching, probably to kick me out. Perhaps I got too carried away. Okay, it's fine, I guess. It'll be easier to talk in a discussion format. Thanks to her proposal, the event staff refrained from escorting me out. She sounds a little pissed, but let's not mind that. But before that, please listen to my thoughts on the subject. Scientists have proposed many theoretical models of time travel, but there are 11 in particular that bear mentioning. What are the major theories of time travel? I've heard about the cosmic string theory at least. The 11 theories. 1. Neutron star theory. Black hole theory. Lightspeed theory. Tachyon theory. Wormhole theory. Exotic matter theory. Cosmic string theory. Quantum gravity theory. Cesium laser theory. Elementary particle ring and laser theory. Dirac interparticle theory. Dude, my character's having a fucking conniption right now. Not bad. Perhaps Makikirasu is worthy of a worthy rival after all. However, all of these models are purely theoretical. Some of them even contradict each other. Well, what if someone comes up with a 12th model? Right, well... It could be contradicted by the 13th model, now couldn't it? Damn, she twisted my question and used it against me. Touche, genius girl. Suddenly I feel eyes on me. Some puffed up professors are giving me hard looks from across the room. Maybe I got too carried away. I don't want to risk losing my credits. I should back off for now. By the way, time travel to the future is available to us right now, according to Einstein's special theory of relativity. For example, let's say someone were to go to Haneda Airport and board a plane headed to Okinawa. Upon arrival, that person would be about 100 millionth of a second farther into the future than I am. What does that mean? According to the special theory of relativity, time moves slower for objects as they approach the speed of light. For example, if you could run at near speed of light, you can reach a point where time only moves half as fast for you. If you were to keep running at that speed for 24 hours, 48 hours would have elapsed in the rest of the world, meaning you would jump one day into the future. Understand, Hyo and Kiyoma? Yeah. Why are you singling me out? Doing my best to hold back, but it looks like Makisa Kurisu wants to pick a fight. I wish that she hadn't said my name in front of so many people. It's too great a risk to let others know my true name. But that's not really time travel, is it? Now, Professor calmly makes an objection. True, Makura Kurisu's example isn't strictly time travel per se, but I never expected an older man, a professor at that, to refute an 18-year-old girl. Maybe he's just testing the genius girl's resilience. Yes, you're right. Genius girl really... fuck. Holy fuck that up. If she were a normal 18-year-old girl, it would be impossible for her to be calm in front of all these people. A normal 18-year-old would panic when refuted by such distinguished-looking professors. Yet Makise Kuruso is giving off an aura of gutsiness that says, I can take this guy on.
では過去には
Then what about going to the past?
過去にだって今すぐ行けます。
Going to the past is possible right now. Take a look at the sky at night. You can see the lights from 10,000 of years, can't you?
それもへりくつですよ。
That's not time travel either. This time it's a nearby student who objects.
まあ、
Well, I was just getting started. Was it just me, or did Carissa look a little nervous just now?
例えば実際に
Let's say we wanted to make a machine that could physically transport people through time. What would we need? The best candidates for this are cosmic string and wormhole.
宇宙紐というのは
The cosmic string is a string-shaped crevice with extreme mass. A string-shaped crevice? That must be how they enter our universe. But do cosmic strings really exist?
ひびの幅は素粒子と同じぐらい
The crevice is about as wide as an elementary particle, and at least as long as the diameter of a galaxy.
これは
It has immense mass, so it distorts space-time. If you were to travel through that distortion, you could make a full circle around the string in less than 360 degrees. In short, you could do something resembling a warp. This is called space-time angular deficit. When you pass through an area of angular deficit, transit time becomes zero. Now, we apply this to cosmic string moving at near light speed. According to the special theory of relativity, time will flow slower for the cosmic string in relation to its surroundings. Therefore, passing through the area of angular deficit would cause the transit time to become negative instead of zero. In other words, you will arrive in the past after transit. If you use two cosmic strings, you can do a space deficit jump. If you loop back to your original location, you can return to the same time you started revolving. And that, roughly speaking, is time travel by means of cosmic strings. By the way, just so nobody misunderstands, cosmic strings are not the same as superstring. Now then, you need three things in order to travel to the past with cosmic strings. First, the cosmic strings themselves, 2 strings, to be exact. By the way, they are hypothesized to exist only where the universe was first formed, so they might be a little hard to find. Second, you would need the energy required to make them move them at near light speed. How much energy do you think you would need to accelerate something as long as the Milky Way, near the speed of light? I'm pretty sure it's a little more than 1.21 gigawatt. This earns a few chuckles from the audience. Third, you need a spaceship capable of reaching these cosmic strings and returning, with the time traveler alive, of course. What do you think, Hyun-san? Care to take on the challenge of cosmic string time travel? Like that's even possible? Why the hell is she addressing me? I wasn't even the one who jeered this time. Looks like Hyun-san doesn't want to take the challenge. In that case, let's consider wormholes. They may be a little more realistic than cosmic strings. She is fucking conceited as fuck, boy. By the way, Hyun-san, do you know what wormholes are? No, don't ask me. I'm trying to hold back here. Since I've been challenged, though, I can't leave the question unanswered. It's like a shortcut through space, right? Yes, that's correct. Whew, I got it right. I sigh inwardly in relief. There are 2 wormholes joined by a tunnel. No matter how far away the wormholes are, transit time through the tunnel is 0. But oh no, there's a problem. The wormhole tunnels suffers from supergravity, and it collapses as soon as it opens. So we need something to negate the effect of gravity. So-called exotic matter, a substance with negative mass, which repulses the other matter. Negative mass, huh? Is it something that floats if you leave it on the ground? Maybe not. I can't even begin to imagine what it would be like. Kuruso raises her right fist. Say that the wormhole tunnel is being squished by an invisible fist. In order to pass through, you would need something that can oppose my fist grasping force so that I can't squish anymore. Carissa opens her fist. If you stabilize the tunnel with exotic matter injection, instantaneous travel between wormholes becomes possible. To travel through time, however, takes a little more effort. For example, let's say there's a wormhole entrance here in Akihabara and the exit is in Los Angeles. First, we send the wormhole in LA all the way to the end of the universe at near light speed. And once it's there, we yank it back to LA. How? According to the special theory of relativity, time slows down for objects moving at the speed of light, meaning the hole that returned to LA would be further in the past than Akihabara's hole. So now, if Hoenn-san jumped into the wormhole, he'd arrive in LA several years before he left. However, this still can't be called true time travel. It only seems that way. This is called Hiroshima effect. The important part is to return to Akihabara from LA through the wormhole once more, since the transit time is 0. Hoenn-san will return to Akihabara several years in the past, time travel complete. The prerequisites for wormhole travel is simpler than the ones for cosmic string travel. First, the wormhole itself. They may exist somewhere in the universe, but nobody has ever seen one. Second, the energy required to move a wormhole to the end of the universe and back at near light speed. Third, exotic matter, which, by the way, has not been confirmed to exist. So implementation of either one will require a ridiculous amount of effort. Now, do you see what I mean when I say that time travel is an absurd concept? Time travel theories are just thought experiments. Not one of them can create a viable time machine. That is my answer. Fair enough. Is there anything simpler, like something you could pull out of a drawer and just use or something? I'm afraid not. A firm declaration. This is the limit of modern physics. I can't say how it might change in 10 years, though. Besides, even if someone did overcome the logistical requirements, there may be other factors that prevent time travel from working. That's because fundamental problems concerning the principle of causality have not yet been solved. You mean time paradoxes and conservation of mass. The mass of the entire universe is constant. If a time machine traveled from the future to the past, there would suddenly be an extra massive time machine and its pilot in the past. I remember reading in a book, not a terribly reputable book, but still, that such a violation of mass conservation would put the universe in danger. It didn't say what kind of danger, though. If you think that conservation of mass applies to macro systems like the universe, or microsystems like atoms or elementary particles, you're mistaken. What? Is that true? She's laughing at my reaction. How mortifying. Conservation of mass only applies to chemical reactions. It does not hold in modern physics at all. Something can come from nothing. Wow, that's pretty amazing. Then what is the problem? Time paradox of time paradoxes. In other words, the grandfather paradox. Oh, that thing where you kill your own ancestors before you were born. As long as this paradox goes unsolved, time travel can never be realized. Never. What if you just don't kill them? You can't think of it like a sci-fi movie. It's not just about your family tree. There are far greater dangers than that. Really? It doesn't seem that dangerous. Any paradox, no matter how small, would cause the total collapse of causality, relativity, and every other physical law in existence. Paradoxes are nothing more than thought experiments. They cannot occur in reality, and they should not. Alright, we'll see. Nothing that has even a 0.00001% chance of causing a paradox can happen. The universe won't allow it. Wouldn't you say this is the logical conclusion? There may be loopholes like parallel worlds or self-consistency principle, but those seem too much like fantasy for me to accept. Ah! I grind my teeth. When I see Makise and Kurisa looking at me with a composed expression, I avert my eyes. Looks like I have no choice but to concede. Makise Kurisa truly is a genius. I ended up listening to all of Kurisa's lecture at the ATF. After the two time travel theories she introduced at the beginning, she explained the rest with equal eloquence. She seemed a little nervous at first, but that quickly changed as she spoke. By the end, it was an impressive lecture, so impressive that you wouldn't think it was an 18-year-old first time. She did well to respond to my malicious questions with sarcasm. She's got guts. Wait, why am I praising her? Leaving that aside, I saw Makise Kuriso dead. Yet she's alive. My memories don't mesh with reality. And not just about Kuriso. My conversations with Dara and Mayuri didn't make sense either. Everything would be solved if I just told myself what I saw was a dream, an illusion, it never happened. But never say never. This leaves me with no choice. After parting ways with Dara at ATF, I head to the Yanabayashi Shrine. I need to get exercised. So I seriously doubt that the Makisa Kuriso ATF was a ghost. Regardless, it's natural to seek an exorcism after such an experience. I'm Japanese. It's in our blood. Yanabayashi Shrine is located on the other side of Kanda River. To find it, enter the first side road after crossing Anseibashi Bridge. It's a very small shrine that doesn't fit with surrounding multi-tenant buildings. Kanda Myojin is the more famous shrine in Akiba, but I deliberately chose this one. The shrine is so small you could easily miss it if you weren't looking. Regardless, I can hear the chirping of cicadas from the few trees growing here. It's okay, Totoro. There are two girls standing in front of the main building. One of them is Mayuri. The other is a docile-looking beauty in traditional Miko attire. Urishibara Luka. A stunning example of feminine charm and grace. Lips delicate like cherry blossoms in bloom. The essence of Japanese beauty. The chief priest's son. That's right, son. Lovely in every way, but he's a guy. Good afternoon, Okabe-san. He bows his head. The voice of a girl, the mannerisms of a girl, more feminine than any girl I know. But he's a guy. Taller than Mayuri, yet oh so slender. But he's a guy. Looks stunning in Miko robes. But he's a guy. Holding a bamboo broom, apparently in the middle of cleaning. But he's a guy. What the fuck, dude? I think his senses are all fucked right now. And it's almost evening, yet it's still hot as hell outside. But he's a guy. The cicadas won't shut up. But he's a guy. I'm sorry, I just found this hilarious. Lukaku, that blade I gave you, what happened to it? He's a friend of mine. I call him Lukaku. We met when I rescued him from some aggressive photographers in Akiba's pedestrian heaven. It also so happens that Lukaku and Mayuri are classmates. I learned that fact after I'd gotten to know him. Lukaku is taken aback by my sharp question. He starts fidgeting with a flushed face and tears in his eyes. You mean Demon Sword Samidare? Correct. I brought it for you so you can learn to control your power. Oh yeah, you bought it at Bladeworks, right? I think you said it cost $980. Don't say another word anymore and they will come to silence you. They're gonna silence me? Thanks for worrying about me, Arkarin. Who are they? I ignore Mayuri's question. So, Lukaku, you're making sure to practice with Samidara like I told you? Yes, I do practice swings once a day. As long as you carry it and master the Seishin Zamna School of Swordsmanship, you can prevent the dark flame inside you from consuming your soul. Demon Sword Samidari may be an imitation sword, but it is only the form it takes to hide from the world. When one worthy to wield it appears, it unleashes its true power. And it was on sale for only 980 yen, tax included. Thank you, Okabe-san. It was a wonderful present. My name isn't Okabe. It's Okarin! I'm sorry, Kiyoma-san. As long as you understand. Now speak the words. El Sai Kangalo? No, not Kangalo. Kangaroo. Hi! I said hi instead of yes. El Sai Kangaroo. Did I get it right? Lukaku smiles happily as I nod. Thank you. Such a love. But he's a guy. What the fuck? Dude is seriously fucking tripping, man. Such a beautiful master-disciple relationship. Mayushi is not a Fujoshi, but she's getting a little excited. Eh? Mayuri-chan, don't imagine such thing. Though we do have a master-disciple relationship, I, Hyo and Kyoma, have gone to great lengths to teach Lukaku about the evil conspiracies that rule the world and how to resist them. That stuff about Demon Sword Samidare is part of that training. Looks aside, Lukaku is very obedient and hardworking. Plus, he's always eager to learn new things. A master couldn't ask for a better disciple. Though he does have the weaknesses of not catching on too quickly and being too shy. What are you doing here, Mayuri? I came to see Luka-chan-kun. Komima is coming up next month, and I wanted him to cosplay as Karate-chan from Rainet, but he won't say yes. But cosplaying is just too embarrassing for me. But I'm sure you'll look great in it. The phrase, someone this cute can't be a girl, is really popular, you know. Come on, make your cosplay debut. Mayuri's hobby is making costumes. She's made at least 30 so far, but it's rare for her to wear one herself. Instead, she seems to get her kicks from seeing other people wear them. And it looks like she's chosen Lukaku as her next target. Naturally, the costume Mayuri is currently raving about is for female characters. Normally, I would understand why a man wouldn't want to dress like a girl, but come on. Lukaku has no problem wearing Miko robes. Why should a cosplay be any different? But whatever, I have business to take care of. Save the trivial stuff for later. Eh? But it's really important to Mayushi. And it's trivial to me. Anyway, Lukaku, there's a reason for me being here today. I need you to perform an exorcism. An exorcism? Then I'll go get my dad. Please wait. No, it's nothing that serious. I just need some peace of mind. That's why I came here instead of Kanda's shrine. So with that said, bring out the usual. The usual? You mean Samidare? No, who the hell uses a demon sword for an exorcism? The usual for an exorcism should be obvious. I don't know what it's called, but it's that stick with the zigzaggy paper thingies that the priest does a shaky thing with. That sounds really demo cutting. Quite a shock to hear that from Mayuri. Oh, the Unasu. But I don't know if my father will lend it to me. I'll go ask him. Lukaku makes a quick bow, then runs off towards his house, which is on the shrine grounds. Meanwhile, Mayuri takes her pocket watch out of her bag to check the time. It's a very old watch, not the sort you'd expect a high school girl to carry. Its name is Pockety. Obviously, that's the name Mayuri gave it, not its brand name or anything. Ever since elementary school, Mayuri has carried Pockety with her everywhere. It's her most important treasure. Well, time for me to go to work.
そうか、頑張ってこい。
Do your best. You're going straight home afterwards? Yep. Mayuri lives in Ikebukuro. Ugh. Ikebukuro. Sorry. He comes to Akiba by train just about every day. It should be obvious since we're childhood friends and all, but I live in Ikebukuro too. Though I've been staying at the lab since summer break began.
というわけでまた
See you tomorrow. I call Mayuri to stop before she trots off.
前より
Wait, Mayuri. Back at Radicon, you heard a man scream, right?
犬
Scream? Mayuri blinks several times and puts her finger to her temple as in thought. She gives her usual smile. When was that again?
今日の昼だ。
This afternoon.
聞いてない
I don't think I heard anything.
そうか。
Oh, well, alright.
変なオカリ
Okarin's a weirdo.
じゃあね
Bye bye. Doo doo doo. Mayuri leaves, this time for good, though she pauses to wave at least half a dozen times before disappearing beyond the archway.
岡部さん
Thanks for waiting, Okabe-san. Lukaku returns shortly after Mayuri leaves. In his hands is the white zigzaggy thing I asked for.
借りることができました
Dad let me borrow it, thank goodness. Did Mayuri-chan leave?
前よりはどうでもいいか。
Don't worry about it, Mayuri. Bring the exorcism at once to Lukaku.
はい僕
Okay, but you really want me to do it? What exactly am I exercising anyway?
何に対するお祓いを
Lukaku's flustered. You really up to this? Is it really up to this? I'm beginning to doubt. I should have known better. The instant doubt touches my heart. A terrible chill shoots up my spine. Ugh, it's the evil spirit in my arm. I grab my violently shaking wrist. Be still, foul spirit. Huh. Hurry, Lukaku. It's trying to take over.
そんな
No way. Please hang in there, Okabe-san. I'm not Okabe-san.
すいません京馬さん
I'm sorry, Kyoma-san. But what should I...
お祓いを。
Exorcism, please, hurry. Just do it, like I taught you. Okay. With a serious look on his face, Lukaku grasps Unusa with both hands, as if it were a sword. His stance is impressive. I taught him well. His face is red. He can barely talk. It looks like he wants to say something, but is hesitating. Panicking because he feels awkward? Amateur. Please, Luka, expel this spirit from me. I don't want to kill you. Ah! Lukaku starts crying. Looks like he's really worried. Reason tells me he's a guy, but his lovely appearance makes me feel guilty. Like I made a frail girl cry. But despite the tears welling up in his eyes, it looks like Lukaku managed to work up his resolve.
悪霊
You hear me, Holy Spirit? He raises the Unusa up high, shaking it left and right.
岡部
Please leave Okabe, I mean Kyoma-san!
おいいぞ。
That's great, now strike my arm with those zigzags. Hey! The tip of the Unusa touches my upper arm. In an anime, this would be the cue for some dramatic shockwaves to occur. Nothing like that happens. Only sound is the chirping of cicadas. Did it work? I take a deep breath. The trembling in my arm has stopped.
大丈夫だ。
I'm okay. Looks like you drove away the evil spirit. Good job, Lukaku.
よくやったな、ルカ子。
Lukaku sighs in relief and blushes.
お役に立てて
I'm glad I was able to
よかっ
help.
たです
His shy smile really does make him look like a girl. After I get back to the lab, I take my broken TV down to the Braun Tube workshop for repairs. Daru Mayuri has already gone home, so I have to carry the TV down the narrow staircase by myself. Brutal, back-breaking work, but I manage. I push the workshop door open with my hips and head inside. The room is dimly lit by the setting sun, but the gloom is offset by the glare of the gigantic CRT in the center. Oh no! It looks like my time's running up. Oh shit. I'm having so much fun. I'm really enjoying the story, and I hope that you guys are too. But we must end the stream here. Why? Because life. Life, I say, life! Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed streaming for this for you guys as well. Sorry, I'm kind of getting raspy here, so it's pretty much time for me to be done anyway. I hit my 2-hour mark. I'm done. I hope you guys enjoyed Steins Gate. My narration could have been better, but my voice is still hoarse from the last one. Also, don't forget to follow and subscribe if you want to see some more of my stuff. Don't forget to comment below on my YouTube page, or if you want to suggest some more games, you can always comment that below as well. Or you can visit my twitch.tv/GEN_Dro, so you can chat with me and let me know any games that you think that I would be interested in playing and you would be interested in watching. Anyways,